Hi, I'm Linda Mowell, and welcome to Art This Week. On this week's episode, we visit the Meadows Museum, and our interviewer, Aimee Cardoso, speaks with curator Eugenio Carmona about the exhibition Modern Spanish Art from the Asociación Colección Arte Contemporáneo. Now for Art This Week.
Hi, I'm at the Meadows Museum in Dallas, and we're here to look at the Modern Spanish Art exhibition. I'm here with Eugenio Carmona, who's the exhibition curator for the show, and we're going to talk about some of the works. So starting off, can you tell us about the ACAC, what it stands for, and their mission?
Yes, you know, it's strange, but in Spain, at the end of the 70s, when the democracy restarted in Spain, we don't have a clear consciousness how was Spanish modern art. We know, like in the other sides, Picasso, Miró, Dalí, the great master, but we can comprove every day there has been another artist, really important artist. Overall, because when you read the little publications, from 20s, 30s, you can comprove there are a lot of artists working in modern art. Where are they? You know, what's happening? No? And when the Museo Reina Sofia started with the compromise to do an international collection of modern art, but with a clear presence of the Spanish artists, the problem was the Reina Sofia Museum don't have to do this issue because they are not Spanish modern artists. In this moment, businessmen Julián Trincado and other José Lladó, they think if we can move to promote a collection to restoring, to recover, to regain the modern Spanish art. It was that this collection started.
This exhibition in particular focuses on a 42-year period of modern Spanish art. What was so significant about those years, culturally and historically?
Yes, it's the first time. The first time we have an exhibition in this period in the States. In the States, we have a collection with Spanish art from the 17th century. We have collection with exhibition is more recently Spanish art, but I don't know why the full modern art never has been showed in the States. I don't know why. For that, we decided to put the collection in the Meadows Museum, working with the Meadows Museum to show this period, this special period that in Spain starting in 1970s and finished in the 50s. No? But we have a problem. Normally when people talk about Spain or Spanish art, the Spanish Civil War is the point of division. Before the Spanish War, after the Spanish War. Researching, and we discovered that is not true. There are a lot of artists working before and after. And it's true that the art is in every time moving, is in every time transforming its possibilities. But there are lots of artists working before the Civil War and after that. It's for that we decide to forget this possibility and to invent new possibilities to know the Spanish modern art in their experiences. No? And we thought, what path, what sensibilities the Spanish artists have? No? What's the 5, the 6, the 4 special sensibilities? And we discovered one of them is the realism. Because the new realism, the modern realism, because for a Spanish artist it was very important to show the new physiognomies of people changing the life in the 20s, 30s, in the 40s perhaps too, no? And you know, when the new realism started his life in Germany in the 20s, the critics are writing about the new realism said, the new realism starts in part in Spain with José de Togores, with Miró, with the other artists. For us, it's important to work in this area. New physiognomies, new realisms. The second possibility was a possibility that was born when we know better the work of Juan Gris. Juan Gris was a sensibility for some people differential to the Spanish mentality condition. When you are thinking in Spanish art, you think Spanish art, passion, war, blood, extremosity, expressionism. But not in Spain art. In Spanish art was a possibility to make a shaped, concentrated, rational, geometrical art, a constructive art. We have problem with this term because constructive in American English don't mind the same, no? But we name like this, constructive art. That means a rational, geometric, builder art. And we discovered that this possibility started in Juan Gris and finished in the 60s. No? It's a very prolonged possibility of the Spanish art. And we have pieces enough to show it here in Meadows. For me, this room with this kind of art is very, very nice because it's strange to identify the Spanish art with these rational possibilities. Now it's trendy, Torres Garcia, because it has been a big exhibition in the moment. But Torres Garcia showed for the first time in his life the constructive art, the constructive universalism in Madrid. Because Torres Garcia was working for a long time in Spain, It's in a good relationship with Spain, That is the inspiration to build this room with several options in this kind of art. The third possibility is the relationship between nature and culture in modern art in Spain. What is a very differential way, because in a time, Spanish artists discovered that vernacular landscape, that vernacular popular culture have forms, colors, and shapes like modern art wants to obtain, wants to realize, no? And a lot of Spanish artists go to the nature, go to the vernacular original landscape to recognize in a new gaze this possibility of this landscape, of this nature, with the eyes of modern art. And they are working in anthropological and popular and ways, no, to make modern art with this inspiration in the popular culture. It's a different concept, popular culture, folkloric.
So we talked a little bit about modern realism, forma, and nature and culture, and now we're in the surrealist room, and we're standing in front of Angel Ferran's work. Can you tell us a little bit about this movement and some of the lesser-known artists? Since now we kind of know Miró and Dalí, but there are a lot of represented artists here that we aren't familiar with.
Okay, really, it was the most difficult area to resolve in this exhibition. We was talking about this. I made a proposal to resolve this possibility. The collection have a lot of pieces in the surrealist area, no? Surrealist entorns, and we was talking, and Charlie de Maria invented the formula, surrealism expanded. No? For me, it was wonderful. Because it's that, no? We have a master of surrealist art in Spain, Dalí, Miró, Picasso himself, no? Buñuel. It's difficult. But, for Spanish artists, it was difficult to remain in the surrealist official theory. No? I don't know. I don't say Spanish artist was an alternative surrealism. There are historians thinking about this. There are historians thinking Spanish surrealist is in the way of Georges Bataille and not in the way of André Breton, no? I'm not sure. But I'm sure when a Spanish artist take in the deep of himself the surrealism, the tendency is to change that surrealism means. No? Remaining in the surrealist plane, in the surrealist area, no? That is the Dalí case. Dalí case, when Dalí founded the paranoiac critic, is the surrealism, but in the other way, never seen by Breton or the others. When Miro founded the signed-oriented painting, is a surrealist possibility. The signed-oriented painting in Miro is before the surrealist theory, no? But it's oriented in other area. It's for that Spanish painter, when they are introduced in the surrealism, change the surrealism. And we have a lot of possibilities in this. For the Spanish surrealists, the surrealism was a theory of acknowledge. It was a way to resolve the human opposite situation, to change the mentality, to change the life. No? But the surrealism in Spain expanded in the chronological way too. We have in the 40s a group in Barcelona working in the surrealist way with Tapies, Pons, and the other. And we have this other relationship like this Ferran and Miró. No? In this work, Ferran is making an interpretation of this figure by Miró. Miró paints a plain figure, Ferran make a three-dimensional figure. No? It's for that, for us, surrealism is expanded, in other possibilities.
The final theme in this show is called free expression.
Free expression.
Can you tell us
New
a little about
lyricism
that?
and free expression.
Yeah.
In the 20s, has been success a change in the sensibility of modern art in Paris. They start to publish a new review, more really influential, Cahiers d'Art. And Cahiers d'Art wants to show this new sensibility. A critic of art, a critic Tariat, discovered a group of Spanish painters working in a new direction. He talked about this Spanish painter at el jefe, el principal,
The boss.
The boss was Boris.
Okay.
Boris talked about a concept, fruit painting. He said, you must delight a picture like you delight a fruit, a seasonal fruit, because the flower, the smell, the pleasure to eat a perfect fruit, that is the same to contemplate, to see and to observe a picture. They want to make a very, very luxury and very, very sensual kind of painting. No? And now we name this kind of painting lyrical figuration. And we made a whole from the 20s to the 50s with a path from the lyrical figuration to lyrical abstraction. No? In the middle are the connection of this kind of painting with the surrealism. When Miró was introduced in the States for a very famous critic, collector, James Johnson Sweeney. James Johnson Sweeney understood Miró was a surrealist. But James Johnson Sweeney was interested more in Miró like a painter of free expression. This term, free expression, is by Carrie Singer. another woman working here in the Meadows Museum. You can comprove. We work together.
Yes,
no?
yes.
And for me, it's really discovering term fantastic. No?
Yeah.
And for me, it's a special space because I think this apportation, this contribution to modern art, with name now lyrical figuration, was very famous in Paris and was very interested. Was very influential in the Spanish painting in the 20s and 30s. And we have the disciples of Borges. One of them especially, Esteban Vicente, came to the States, to New York, and start working with the group in relationship with the first abstract expressionist. And it's very nice to see like Esteban Vicente can put together the influential lyrical figuration with the principle of abstract expressionism.
So as you wrote your catalog and as you spent the past couple years putting the show together, were there any other themes, now that you've seen it all together, are there any other themes that you kind of found as you kind of curated the show?
Oh, it was very hard because I was writing my test for the catalog. I discovered new things. Oh my God! I need more time, and I'm writing a lot. No. In the process, it's in the catalog text and the other. We discovered the relation with political and social situation and developing of modern art in Spain. Especially was very interesting to discover, like in the 40s. The 40s was a terrible era for Spain, no? A terrible years because the Spanish Civil War started in the 36. During 3 years was a devastating war, no? Terrible. After that, the fascists win the war, no? And when in Spain the war is finished, started in Europe the Second World War. And 4 years more, no? The people in Spain was in a terrible situation. When Spain in the Republic years have a quality of life, Spain don't recuperate, don't come again in this level of quality of life just in the beginning of the 60s. Think in 20 years with poor people without the essential to life, no? In a terrible political regime, authoritarian, without freedom, it was. But in this year, the Spanish artist continues working. And was a revelation. It was wonderful to comprove that.
Yeah.
And the ACAC collection can show the proof of this possibility, no? It was very, very, very nice and wonderful to trace the plane like the art in the 30s have a signs to continuity in the 40s until the political situation changed radically. I discovered this possibility and write a lot because in Spain now it's a focus of discussion, no? Because the problem was, the Franco regimes tried to invent a fascist art. Tried to invent a Francoist art, but don't work. And someone in the Franco regime said, we have in a new regime, but the art in Spain must be modern art. And in Spain, under Franco, people made modern art, but the problem was allowed, was forbidden to remember the art in the 30s and the 20s, because was the terrible years for the new conservative power of Franco. And to put together, or to discover the continuity in the 20s, 30s, and 40s has been a revelation was wonderful because it's, you know, modern art is autonomous. Modern art take the own law, no? It's independent of social conditions or political conditions if the artist is working, no? And for me it was really a revelational moment to discover.
We want to thank Eugenio for speaking with us. For more information on the exhibition, go to meadowsmuseumdallas.org. That's it for Art This Week. Thanks for watching.
I still got your Polaroid.